Welcome back to House of Aromas. My name is Manuel. So I was tagged on a video from the big homie JP from JP Frags. Check his channel out. He did a video on, I think he was tagged also from another fellow reviewer. I can't remember his name right now. I just finished watching his video. But again, what kind of fragrance would I create? It was some that I guess a lot of reviewers, a lot of people who get into fragrances, they start thinking about it. You know, what would their, if they was to have their own fragrance line or their own fragrance, what would it be like? A couple of years back, a friend of mine, a co-worker of mine, he had bought me a kit that had all kinds of different scents in it. And it was a box that had patchouli, some citrus notes, some musk, all kinds of stuff where you can make your own blend, right? And so it had a little, like a formula paper, that all kinds of detail that you could mess with and try to develop your own fragrance. And so again, that was just in the beginning of my walk, you know, in this fragrance thing. Me and him, we used to always talk about different fragrances and who had the most bottles and stuff like that. And to one point he said, man, you know what, man, I just got to stop hanging around you. And it was funny because, you know, I asked, I said, did you ever mess with your fragrance thing? He said, no, not really. And I did, you know, I would mix up and all kinds of stuff and just trying to make something, you know, real simple, whatever you had, because there weren't much options of blends that you could do. But I would do that. And so when I saw that video of JP, you know, talking about it, and it got me thinking, you know, what kind of fragrance would I would create? And it's kind of hard because you want to make something that's mass appealing, that people can really, I guess, like and enjoy. And at the same time, you got to put your name on it, right? So you want to make something that's quality, that is good. So you don't want to make just any little simple thing, right? And so I just thought about it, and again, it's just something that I've always thought about, you know. Me, sometimes I think sometimes it's hard because sometimes you wanna go through a certain scent, but at the same time, like Jeremy Fragrance, you know, he said a lot of people say that his stuff smells like other companies or other houses. And so I know that's kind of hard not to fall into that line, but hey, it is what it is. Me, I think I would go with something it has to be something that has to start, I guess, like sort of like a citrusy scent, but again, just the opening. And then the thing that came to my mind is like a cologne. I like the way it is, like the way it starts out, and then how it goes creamy and just very, very nice. And I think I would add probably like a little sweetness into it, because to me, sweetness is something that's not just that. A lot of reviewers say women enjoy the sweet fragrances, but I think I have to lean to something like that. Again, for my personal taste, I like the way Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo, how it's like a gourmand type of scent, has that coffee in it. Kind of is a sweet scent, but at the same time, sometimes if you overspray, don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful scent. I even got a backup bottle that I really enjoy this a lot. And I think it's something that I would always have in my collection. And what I'm understanding is discontinued, so that's why I had to buy a backup bottle to have, because I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed during the winter time or even in the evening time. But anyways, to me, the perfect sweetness blend from the fragrance that I have, that I think it would have to be somewhere in the lines of this, is this one of my all-time favorites, Our Hermaine Amber Oud Gold Edition. To me, this sweetness is a beautiful scent. It's not overpowering. It's a beautiful blend. It's a sweet, again, sweet and fruity scent. And so I spray it in the air, just just to mess around, and what I started with was, you know, the Salvatore Ferragamo Umo, and sprayed this, you know, right behind each other, like together. And I like the way it smelled together, but I thought about it. Okay, the sweetness in this one is very nice, but I think I would go with something not overbearing, but that has a beautiful blend kind of type of sweetness. And so I thought about Al Hermain, you know. And so I think that's what my scent would be like. It's something, start out with the citrus notes. Me and Massman were talking about it yesterday, how a lot of fragrances start out like that with the citrus. Because when a lot of customers, a lot of people who are not really into fragrances go to the mall and they spray it, they go by the first couple seconds or minutes when it's, you know, when it starts out, oh yeah, let me buy that one. And they don't wait till the dry down and it changes. So I think mine would have to start out with something like a fresh scent with a little bit of citrus in it, just like this one Adele Cologne does. And it has to die out or blend or dry down to a nice, beautiful, woody, sweet, but not overbearing type of fragrance. Again, that's just my take on this one. And it is hard to come out with something that on your own, or something that could be yours that you created without taking from other fragrances. And I think, you know, along the line, end of the day, sometimes they just run over each other and just combine fragrances. So that's my take on it. And I think that's what my fragrance would be the first one to start out with. And of course, later on, I have to be advanced even more. Me, I'm barely getting into some oud fragrances, get into some niche houses, and thanks to fellow reviewers who've blessed me with some fragrances, JP, Fat Boy, Mass Man. I appreciate you guys getting me, you know, into that niche type of fragrances, and that's more, I guess, more natural, and use better oils. I'm just guessing, you know, from a niche type of, you know, perspective, because, you know, those brands are up there in that price for a reason. Not just buying a house, you know, like a designer, but you buying the brand, you know, like Gucci and Prada and all that. They use good content. They use good formulation. But I think those niche houses that's all they do is fragrances. That's all they do. They don't do anything else, none but fragrances. That is, to my understanding, that's what a niche house is. They have to use better ingredients. Maybe, I'm not saying they're gonna use better than any of the designers, but for the most part, they, you know, because they trying to attract that, just, that's all they do. That's where their income is coming from, just on fragrances. They gotta produce the best thing that they can, right? And so, again, that's just my take. JP, he done tag everybody that I had in mind that I would tag. Anybody who's watching this, I'll be curious. What's y'all's take on it? What would your fragrance be? What would you create? Let me know. See what y'all think about my take. Would it be something that you'd be like, man, that'd be nice just to see, you know? Or, man, that's a good combination. Or even let me know. Oh, man, what are you thinking about? That's all messed up. But leave me a comment down below. I'll be happy to hear from you guys. I really enjoyed it to hear from you guys. Again, like, share, subscribe. Check these guys out. All these guys, Fragrant Life, all these guys. Anybody who's seeing this, you are tagged. Again, you are tagged. Posting videos up. See what your take on it. And again, when you smell good, you feel good. All right, y'all have a blessed one. See you on the next one.